Hello and welcome back to Sketch of the Day. Today we're going to keep going with our practice in orthographic sketches, and we are going to continue to look at some of the different line types that we looked at in our last practice. Today we're doing this shape right here, and hopefully you can tell right away that we're going to need to use some of those hidden lines, and we're going to need to use some of those center lines that we looked at last time. So a little bit more practice and it'll start to hopefully make a little bit more sense when and where to use these lines. So once again, I'm going to use my straight edge just to establish construction lines so that it's clear where my views are going to go and how they're going to line up on the page. So my front view is going to fit exactly in this box right here. Top view is going to fit directly above it right here, and the right side view is going to be off over here on the right side. Once again, doing this work freehand because I want to develop that freehand sketching skill and get a little bit quicker at putting the ideas down on paper clearly and quickly with a minimal amount of tools and a minimal amount of time. Now, from the front view, I can see this line as a continuous object line because that's directly visible to me in the front view, all the way from the top down to the bottom. Now, this edge over here does continue up to the top past this little rectangle that juts out on the front, but I can't see it up here, so that means it's going to appear as a hidden line up here in this portion. And since my hole is cutting down through the top and out the bottom, my front view is going to show that hole as two hidden lines showing me the edges of the hole and a center line showing me the center, and also showing me that those hidden lines represent a hole. So now I'm ready to rotate this up to see the top view, and this time I have several different features at different depths. So not everything is going to be drawn at the same depth here. I have part of my object here at the very front of the shape. And I can come over the same distance that this smaller rectangle comes over in the front view. That's how far I want to come over with this before coming back the rest of the distance to the back of the shape. Now from here, the back edge of my central rectangle is shared with the back edge of my smaller rectangle on the right side. So I can take that all the way over to the edge of the shape and end it on that line where this one ends. Now this edge shows where this portion goes back. The main rectangle goes all the way from the front to the back, and about halfway along, we'll see that smaller rectangle shoot out of the side. Terrible line there. Fix that. Now darken up that object line right there. And my object lines are a little too beefy today. I don't know if I'm moving too fast or moving too slow. Okay, so looking down at the top of the shape, I can see the top of the main rectangle, the top of the upper left side rectangle, and the top of the lower right side rectangle. Now this edge under here is something I should see as a hidden line from above. It's below this rectangle, but it's down there. That edge is something I should be able to see as a hidden line. And then my hole is directly visible in this view, so it should be just as wide as the hole in the front view, shown with the hidden lines. So where these hidden lines come up, I should see where they represent here and here, these two edges. And finally, my center line that is going to run vertically through my hole and horizontally to make the center mark, since this is a view where we can see the hole directly. And finally, I'm ready to do my right side view. So from the front, if I rotate this shape to the right side, I would be looking at the side of the little rectangle on the back edge of the shape. Same height, same depth as what I've already shown in my other views. Now, the overall depth of the shape should also be the same as what is shown in my top view. My bottoms are even for the big rectangle and for the little one on the side. My top is going to come across right here at the same height as the front view. Now from this side, I really can't see any part of this upper left-hand rectangle. So at the same height, I need to fill in hidden lines for the bottom edge of it, and I need to fill in hidden lines for the back edge of it. That entire rectangle is invisible to me in this view. What I should be able to see is two lines, hidden lines, representing the front and back edges of the hole. So front edge running all the way from top to bottom about here, back edge all the way from top to bottom right about here. And my center line is going to be running down through the middle. Now in this case, my center line is falling in the same place as an object line and in the same place as a hidden line. And we have this rule in technical drawings called precedent of lines, where the more important the line is decides whether it is going to be visible or whether it's going to fall behind when two lines fall in the same place. General rule here is that object lines will take precedence over center lines. So what I'm seeing here is the object line of this lower right-hand rectangle. The center line for the hole is there, but it's behind the object line. Here I'm seeing the center line on top of the hidden line that represents the back edge of the upper left-hand rectangle. Both lines are there, they're in the same place, but the center line takes precedence over the hidden line, the object line takes precedence over the center line. And if it ever comes up that you have an object line and a hidden line in the same spot, the object line comes to the front and is what is visible. So that takes our lesson on technical drawing line types just a little bit further, learning about precedence. And once you have erased your construction lines and signed and dated your sketch, then our sketch of the day is complete.